All right. So, how's everybody doing? I'm in Seattle. Raise your hand if you're here for the first time to get set up. Can you let me know? Raise your hand. Any people without their cameras, can you do a reaction or raise? Okay. Eileen, you're here for the first time. Is that what you're letting me know? Okay. All right. Well, I'm so glad you found us if you're here for the first time, but I think most of you have been taking classes. I know many of you from classes, so I'm just so happy you're here. Anyway, we're just going to wait maybe one more minute and then we will get started. I have new prompts for you. So how many of you have attended one of these journaling classes with me before? If you'll raise your hand. I know a couple of you have, yes, I remember, and some of you are here for the very first time. So I'll explain what we're going to do, and I think we'll go ahead and share my screen. So when I share my screen, sometimes I'm not able to see all of you. So if you have a question, please go ahead and unmute. But while we're writing, I hope you'll go ahead and keep your mics off so that everybody will be able to do their whatever their writing and their thinking without any interruptions. So if you'll go ahead and mute now, and Claire, I know you just came in, Deanna, John, and we have Max as our support person. So if anybody's having any difficulty, we have Max here to help us. So Alice, welcome. I know you've just come in. And we're going to get started. 1 second as we. Okay. Let me move this. There we go. So this class, just to make sure you're in the right place, for those of you who've just found us, this class is called Journaling for Mindfulness. So I welcome you to get set up, and also to this class. This is the third week I've been doing the class, but each week I do different things with it, so it's not the same. I'm just going to do some overview. The agenda, what you're going to need to participate is either a tablet or a journal, and definitely something to write with. So if you don't have those handy while I'm starting the introduction, if you grab something to write on, we're going to do 4 different writing sessions today. And the purpose is we're going to learn how journaling and mindfulness helps provide. I think here on 1 second here. There we go. How journaling and mindfulness provides more self-understanding and helps relieve stress, the importance of taking time for ourselves, and learn a variety of techniques to use journaling, and basically experience the practice of writing to prompts, which are giving you ideas. So welcome to Get Set Up. It helps you learn useful things from people like you so we can all learn together. We learn from each other. Ideally, if your cameras are on, that helps to get to know you and learn about you. And you can request a recording of this class. Let me go back and make sure that got started. It is going, okay. So you can request a recording. All you have to do is email help@getsetup.com. And let me make my volume a little. I just increased my volume. If you're on live stream, the best way to participate is actually register for a class, and we do not promote any products. I'm going to make suggestions of possible books that might be interesting to you, but we're not promoting any products. So this is who I am. I'm in Seattle, born and raised here, but have lived in 5 other cities in the US. I am a retired teacher consultant. I work for colleges and corporations. I've done journaling all my life. I have boxes full of journals, and I've also taught writing classes. I've attended retreats, and I love learning about people, and I have a degree in counseling. That was what I did for the last 30 years besides teaching. So what I'd like to do is check in with those of you who have been in the class and find out, did you do any journaling this week, or did you do any mindfulness? So if those of you who've been here before, if you want to just check in and tell me how your week was, or if I haven't seen you for 2 weeks, how is the journaling going? Does anybody want to share how it's going? Yes, Judy.
Well, it's going well because I don't know for how many years I've been wanting to write, and I'm going to write. I'm going to write how I feel, but I got around to it once in a while. But last week you said just 5 minutes, so I was able to get 5 minutes in every day, despite of myself, which not a whole lot. Was it 35 all told? But to just at least you make the commitment, but you don't make it so difficult to start. So a lot of times my mind was blank, but it just started.
And that's perfect, because that's where we all start from, blank. And that's why the prompts helped. If you can't think of something, then at least it may get you started. So great. Thank you for the reporting. And so how do you feel about now that you've done 5 minutes a day? Great. I'm
going to keep on, maybe longer, maybe less, but at least 5. It helps you organize.
Exactly. It does, and it just allows you a few moments just to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyone else like to share what happened this past week? Yes, Gayla.
I'll self-report and say that I haven't been journaling, and I'm sorry. You just slapped my hand. I did it for you.
There's no discipline. This is no homework. It's just checking in to find out whether you've been able to find the time to do it. So it's just encouragement, and hopefully today you might get some ideas. Anybody else? Yes, Gayla?
I just want to tell you why I'm so happy to be here today. A short version of my story is I've been a federal employee for 14 years, traveled on the road, and I did that as a trainer. A year ago, that stopped because of COVID. My job was eliminated, and they told me I had to move to Arizona. No, I'm in Arizona, New Mexico, West Virginia, or Georgia, or retire. So yesterday was my last day of work, and I've retired. So now I'll take my 5 minutes. Thank you very much. 5 minutes in the morning, and I will journal. I have the book. I'll do better next time.
Okay. Well, fortunately, I don't have to grade or punish you, and I'm having trouble with the lamp here. There we go. So congratulations on your retirement. Hallelujah. Yep. And it's not about reporting in to get, but it's just sharing where you are. So anybody else want to do any reporting in?
This is the first time I've been in this class, so I'm looking to find out what people are doing for mindfulness journal.
Great. Terrific. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. And for all the people that have just joined us, please feel free to let us know if you have questions. But we're going to go ahead and start. Earl, you have a question?
Well, no, it's not a question. I was answering your earlier question.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I have not been in your class before here, but elsewhere, obviously. But nonetheless, I've been an avid journalist probably for 35 years or so. And it's one of the greatest things that I ever started and have continued. So that's kind of where I am. I have a stack right here in front of me of what I deal with almost every day in various categories, everything from meditations to gratitude to dreams and so forth. So I'm not an expert, but I am an experienced person.
Well, I think 35 years pretty much makes you an expert, especially with all those categories.
I think probably so.
Yeah. So I look forward to hearing after we go through our prompts today, because I have a variety of different prompts. And also last week, usually for the first 2 weeks, I did music with each prompt. So because somebody said that the music, some people thought the music was a little distracting. So I altered it so that we're just going to do every other one. The first one we're going to do with some background, and mostly I'm doing water today just to see how that works for you. And then, so 2 will have a background and 2 will not, just to see how that works. So let's go ahead and get started. So there's the check-in. And just for those of you that are here for the first time, I'm going to go through the beginning of the workshop. So Socrates said to know thyself is the beginning, and that's probably one of the most important reasons to be journaling, is to find out what are we thinking and feeling that maybe we're not talking about or writing down. So what is mindfulness? This is from the Mindfulness Project, and I'm going to be sending you a list of resources, of which the Mindfulness Project is one of them. Mindfulness is the simple and very powerful practice of training our attention, paying attention to what is happening here and now. And in this book, it also gives 2 pages of how mindfulness started, becoming aware of it in 1975 by the Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh, and his book called The Miracle of Mindfulness. Again, that's included in the resources I'm going to have for you. So a mindfulness journaling practice allows us to express our thoughts and feelings privately without judgment. So that's important. Anything you write today, you do not have to share anything. This is just for you. If you would like to share how you felt, what you were feeling, or if you want to share something about what you wrote, it's all your choice. This is not a write and share. This is just allowing you the space and the time. It assists in processing difficult experiences. I've used journaling both for exciting things, but also sad things, and it helps really release emotions in a controlled manner. It helps relieve stress when you're feeling you don't have someone to talk to, but you just want to get whatever you're thinking and feeling out. It allows you to be aware of emotional triggers. It actually boosts creativity as you allow yourself to use both your right and left side of the brain. It develops better cognitive processing because you're using your brain in different ways. It improves your communication skills as you're writing. And in some cases, apparently, it can even increase job satisfaction. So today, the mindfulness practice, I'd like you to think about, are you worth 5 to 10 minutes a day? Basically, I start every day with my mindfulness journal and just write in what I'm feeling, what I'm grateful for today, what I'm going to do today, what I'm going to do for others today. It usually takes a couple minutes. I do the same thing at the end of the day. And I also have a journal that's 5 lines a day, which is a 5-year journal. I'm on my 3rd year of my 5 lines a day. And I also have that as one of the resources for you. So do it for you. No one sees it. And I think each of us is worth at least 5 minutes a day to process what we're thinking. You can discover in the moment, which I hope you'll find today, what some of your inner wisdom, your feelings, what you feel sad about, what you feel gratitude about. Some of you might use it. Writing is really a good technique to help you solve a problem, looking at, making, and we're also going to talk about that, making lists and doodling. You might write you can write poetry today. You might want to start a story. And so this isn't just about writing out sentences. You might feel more comfortable just writing down words, making lists, doodling or drawing, anything that works for you. So we're going to take time to listen to your thoughts and feelings. This is free writing. Don't worry about punctuation. Don't worry about how the structure is. You're just going to get the thoughts and feelings out. So you can list things, you can draw things, you can doodle things, you can use pens, whatever you want to do. I have lots of clipboards, so I always have things that I'm writing on, drawing on a clipboard, so it makes it real easy to pick up or take with me. As I mentioned, I'm going to give you a phrase to think about and either listen to some kind of background, as I mentioned, for 2 of the prompts today. And you don't have to share what you write. I want to make sure I emphasize that. Okay, so here is our first exercise. I added something in here today. So what I would like you to do is go ahead and pick up whatever you're going to be writing on, whether it's a tablet, a journal, if you're using your computer, whatever. And with the first thing I'd like you to do is put today's date, which is May 22nd, and whatever your time is. And then I want you to just, I love this pause button, which I got from Natalie in Australia for her class, which I also have at the end here. And what I'd like you to do when you feel ready, just take a few minutes. I'd like you to think, you're going to pause, you're going to close your eyes, relax. And I'd like you to take some deep breaths, maybe 3 deep breaths, as you're just allowing yourself to relax. Somebody has some background. Can I make sure everybody is muted? Judy, there we go. Okay. Just want to make sure everyone is muted. I'm gonna, sorry. Okay, so I want you to scan your body and see what you're feeling. Allow your mind to focus on your thoughts, your feelings. And the question is, what are you feeling or what is on your mind right now? So when you're ready, go ahead and begin writing. And I will let you know when we're ready to say. Okay, so that was just a little over 4 minutes. So how was that? How were the sounds for you, and how was that for? And anybody want to share how that was for them?
I found myself writing things I'm grateful for rather than complaints or relieving stress, I guess you'd say. And
Okay.
one of the things I'm grateful for is all these get set up classes I can enjoy.
Wonderful. I'm glad. How was the background for you? How was the water?
It was okay. It was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any-
I wasn't paying attention to it though. I
Okay.
think for myself, I wouldn't have any music on. It would be too distracting.
Okay.
I love music too much. I'd be singing it in my head. You know.
And that's why I actually searched for things that didn't have music. This was just water. So so I find I can do okay with water, but sometimes music doesn't allow me my mind to just go blank. So
One of the
thank you.
other major things that I'm grateful for right now, particularly, is the fact that I can still stay connected to family and friends through Zoom and Facebook, telephone, texting, etc.
Great. So anyone else want to share what that was like for them?
First,
Especially
it
if
was
you're here for
I'm sorry, Christine.
It's
At
okay.
first, this is Wanda.
Oh, hi, Wanda.
Hi. At first, it was a distraction, but then it just caused me to focus. So then it was okay. So it just really caused me to focus.
Great. So do you write often, Wanda?
I used to, but I wanted to get back into journaling. So I wasn't quite sure what the mindfulness part was.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to take the class to find out what it was so I could get back into journaling because I do enjoy it.
Good. Terrific. Thank you for letting me know. Anybody else? Jan, did you want to share something?
I just wanted to say that I didn't really hear any background information, so I don't, or music or water. So
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I wasn't hearing anything.
Okay, I'll make sure.
I wasn't hearing it until the very end.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. So the next one is not going to be any sound. It's just going to be silence. But I'm going to try. There's a button I have to make sure I push, and apparently I didn't push it. So anyway, thank you for letting me know that. Anybody else? Yes, Earl? Go ahead and unmute.
Yes. I began to reflect on some successes that I have felt because I was in a couple of the Get Set Up classes, namely the 10 seconds that Natalie has.
Mhm.
And it was amazing to me, and I don't know if I hope it'll keep happening, but I played golf yesterday, and I'm not a great golfer, but I used the 10-second approach every time I was at the ball. And I did better yesterday than I have for years. I got a 91 as opposed to 102, 105. So I know there's some correlation there. So where I was able to focus on one thing, namely silence and hitting the ball. Okay. And
Great.
so I'm hoping to use that in other parts of my life in times of stress or in times of lack of stress, etc. So that 4 minutes that you gave us, it went flying by, and I could have gone longer.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, thank you, Earl. And so there you go. He's talking about a class that Natalie teaches, she's in Australia, which is a Get Set Up class, 10 seconds of presence, which I actually have, I'm gonna include because it's a wonderful class, also just focusing. That's why I learned the pause button that I got reminded. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next exercise. Thanks those of you for sharing. And here we go. The next one is, I would like you again to think about just pausing. Have whatever you're going to do next, whether you want to flip over to another page, to just pause. Again, relax, close your eyes. I recommend taking at least 3 deep breaths and being very aware of where you're sitting, being aware of your breath, breathing in, breathing out. And I just ask that all of you mute yourself, please, so we have no background sounds. Thank you. All right, so as you're relaxing, closing your eyes, taking your deep breaths, for a few moments, scan your body, see what you're feeling. And the prompt, again, there's not going to be any sound. So go ahead and begin. So some of you have already started this, but the question is, what are you grateful for this week or this month? What is going well in your life? What may have surprised you? And anything else that comes to mind when you think about what you're grateful for now. So go ahead and begin. So that again was 4 minutes. If you want to just finish whatever you're writing. And if there's anyone who hasn't shared yet, if you'd like to share anything about what came to mind, again, you don't have to share exactly what you wrote, but just wondering for those of you who haven't been journaling, how this is working for you to just try this. Yes, Jan, if you can unmute, please.
I found myself having to keep coming back to what I was grateful for, rather than whatever, how I was feeling or whatever, but keeping set and focused on gratefulness. That was more difficult than I thought.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else want to share anything that?
Yeah, I found myself surprised that I have thoroughly enjoyed making asparagus dishes and recipes that I got through that one Get Set Up class. And I don't really enjoy cooking anymore, but this made it more like fun. And I've also recommended these classes to others. My stepdaughter actually is now enjoying more and more classes, not just making sourdough bread, which I knew she would enjoy. So that's what I wanted to say.
Great, thank you. Anybody else, anything they'd like to share that maybe surprised them that they hadn't thought about? Anybody? We'd love to hear from all of you, even if we can't see your faces, we'd sure like to hear from you. Hi, Alice.
Hi. This is my first time, even though I've signed up for this class at least 3 or 4 times and never made it. So
I'm glad you're here.
yeah, thank you. But I do journal. But I wanted to share what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful that I was able to participate in some prayer calls this week. I'm grateful for the Mother's Day gift, even though I'm not a mother, that my church sent to me. And it was a surprise because I got a debit card for $100. And I'm grateful that I have dental insurance because I was able to get my teeth cleaned this week. I'm grateful for my life, my strength, and my health. And I'm grateful, that I'm able to do for myself.
Thank you, Alice. I appreciate your sharing
Okay.
that. Congratulations, you got to the dentist, even though it isn't a place we really want to go, but it's important. So I understand. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Earl, did you want to share something?
I just wanted to say congratulations to, is it Alice?
Uh-huh.
Alice, congratulations. That's neat.
Hello, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go on to the next one. This one, I'm going to click the button for sound and we'll see how we do here. Oops, hold on one second. Let me go back in again. And be sure and mute. Earl, if you could mute, please. Okay. So the next exercise, again, let's get ready. Go ahead. We're going to do the pause. Close your eyes. Relax. Think of relaxing as you close your eyes and take at least 3 deep breaths. And it's good to take really deep breaths to help us be in tune to our body, allow us to be aware of our breath. And sometimes it's helping when we feel distracted, with meditation, for example, to just think about the breath that goes in and out. And just, if you kind of get distracted, you can always return to just focusing on the breath, to feel present with your breath. So go ahead and scan your body.
What do you mean by scan your body? I don't mean
Just
to
think,
interrupt. But...
okay, from head to toe, just think from the head, top of your head, all the way through your body. If there's anything, any part of your body that feels uncomfortable or that gives you any kind of sensation, just to be aware of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking. So allow your mind to just let your mind focus on thoughts and feelings. And as you listen to the music, which I'm going to start in a minute, the prompts are, what are your concerns? How do you handle worry? And what do you do for self-empathy? So again, what are your concerns? How do you handle worry? And what do you do for self-empathy?
Question.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry. I think I know what you mean by self-empathy, but can you kind of explain it?
Sure. Hold on. Let me just. So what do you do to take care of yourself? So I know being empathetic to other people, understanding what they're feeling. And we tend to be more empathetic to other people sometimes than we are to ourselves. So that's why, as you're thinking about the concerns you have and things maybe you've been through in the last week, the last couple months, the last year, how have you taken care of yourself? What have you learned that helps you when you have these concerns? How do you take care of your concerns and your worries? Okay, does that help? Okay.
We can't hear the music. If you have the music on, we can't hear it.
No, I haven't started it yet. We're gonna
okay.
try it again. Thank you. Thank
Can
you.
you show the slide at the same time or no?
Yeah, hold on.
Thanks.
Let me go back. Here's the slide. And it's, what are your concerns? How do you handle worry? And what do you do for self-empathy in taking, how do you take care of your feelings? Okay. And let's try the music again. Can you hear the music?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to try it again. You guys can go ahead and write though.
I don't hear the music anymore.
That's fine. Okay, that was about another 4 minutes. Would anyone like to share any insights, or how, if you could hear the water, if that helped or not?
It was a little too loud, I thought.
Okay.
But my son even asked me if he should send me like a sound thing like that. I said, no, I've got a CPAP machine, so there is a little humming in the background. But anyway,
Okay.
I thought this was about worries. So I'm worried about not having the proper medication until Tuesday because of a change of delivery from Walgreens to that Optimum RX, and my stupid doctor not doing things in a timely manner. I'm trying not to be angry about it, but I am angry because I'm on the proper medication, and yeah, I don't like what it might do, So, but once it's changed, then I have 90-day supplies with everything. So that'll be good. And it gets delivered by mail. I don't have to go picking it up.
That's wonderful.
Which was a problem because I haven't fixed my car. I need to fix my car.
Okay.
So think about not getting around because you don't have a car. You don't think about it until you lose something. Mm-hmm. You don't think, oh, gee, I just go and do that. Well, I walked back from the Walgreens one time. It was probably a couple miles. It was probably too long of a walk, but I did it anyway.
Okay. Cease, I'm going to check to see if anybody else has anything to share. Did the word self-empathy have any meaning for anyone? Judy?
Yeah, I struggle with not wanting to disappoint people.
Oh.
And how to, like, I'm in a leadership role, and how to step away from this role gracefully, let the people have, a leader that they need. But I'm not sure I want to be that leader right now.
So that would be your self-empathy of taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I need to, get past it.
And that's sort of what I wanted, the idea of looking at what your concerns are, how you handle worry, and then how we each take care of ourselves, because it's the worry that can take us out of being in mindfulness and out of the present and all the things, because we all have many things to be concerned about. But it's the idea of self-empathy, of how we're going to pause and how we're going to take care of ourselves, whether it's writing, whether it's talking to other people, whether it's watching something fun on TV just to be distracted. So that's the idea of thinking about, yes, we all have worries, but how do we also take care of ourselves? And the idea of this class is to bring some awareness that it's our choice when we decide to pause and take just some thoughts of how I'm going to take care of myself besides keep worrying, which is what we can do very easily. So we're going to go on to the next, our last prompt for today. And again, it's going to be without sound. So here we go. Let me move this up a little bit. And this one, again, so let's get ready. Go ahead if you want to change to another page or just be ready to start writing. So we're going to pause, be aware of where you are sitting so you can just relax. Close your eyes. Take at least 3 good deep breaths to be aware of your breathing and being conscious of breathing in and breathing out. That's a really important way of being in touch with ourselves and being mindful and helping each of us relax by just focusing on breathing in and out. And once again, how's your body feeling from head to toe? Take out that. So this is hopefully going to be a more uplifting idea to think about. And that is, when you are able, what are places you will go to travel, cities, countries? And again, when we're all able, when it's safe, and what is it you want to see and what you want to experience? So please begin and start writing or listing or drawing, whatever appeals to you. Okay, so again, that was about 4 minutes. So we're about at the end. So there are a few people, if you haven't spoken yet, we'd love to hear from you. Any one of you who hasn't shared, we'd sure like to meet you or hear from you. Anyone? And if not, anyone, someone else want to share something about what that was like? Something a lot more hopeful than what your concerns are. So I wanted to leave you hopefully upbeat. Anybody want to share where they want to go? Earl, looks like you-
I'll try. Okay.
okay.
I have some limitations, my wife and I, because of some health conditions, et cetera, that our big travel days tend to be over. Okay. So I'm listing one. We have reunions from people from all over the United States that we have been doing, and we have one coming up in the fall. So that is on the horizon. But as alternatives, I'm going to try to turn to virtual travel and explore by Africam the things that I'll probably never be able to see, but I can see it on the computer. So I guess it's opening up another part of the world and traveling that way.
Okay, thank you. Alice, you wanted to share?
Oh, I was just going to say, I want to, let me see what I wrote. I would love to go on a cruise to the Caribbean, and I'd like to see Europe. I'd like to see Greece, parts of Europe, France, and England. And what do I want to experience most is the ability to just go outside and be in places without worrying about getting COVID.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you. I appreciate your sharing that. So
I've been to Caribbean. You would love it.
I've been before.
Oh, have
That's
you?
why I want to go back. Yeah.
Amen.
I want to go back to Sweden, where I have relatives, and my daughter and I went there. And whether Brenda could go or not, I would like to go again to see our relatives. I'd like to go to the Eiffel Tower, and I'd like to find some German relatives and go to Germany, if that's possible. The Swedish relatives, I know who they are, and we gathered for my grandmother's side of the family on Saturday and my grandfather's side of the family on Sunday. So that worked out really well. We planned our own trip and everything, which is a lot to do. But I enjoyed every minute of it. We did that in 2015. And then my daughter's twin brother also went with his family in, I think it was 2017. So more of the young people saw him, which was great.
Great. Is there anyone else? We only have a couple minutes. Anyone else wanted to share something that's really exciting that they're looking forward to? Thanks, Gail. Okay, I just need to do our official finish here with, so things to remember with mindfulness: turn off your phone, your computer, stop what you're doing, take some deep breaths, take a moment to notice the sensation of your breath, finding those mindful moments in everyday tasks, whether it's doing the dishes or taking a walk, trying to do one thing at a time and notice how you're feeling. So these are the resources I'm going to send to you. The Mindful Journal, which is the one I'm currently doing, which is 7 minutes a day, and it's actually probably less than that. Then other books, the book that I do, The Happiness Project, the 1-sentence journal, for 5 years. And again, I'm on my 3rd year. I'm going to be sending you those. So here's our summary for our class today. I hope for those of you, especially here for the first time, that you got acquainted with the benefits of journaling and mindfulness on our well-being. So whether it's just writing, The mindfulness is being more conscious of our writing, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, to really improve our well-being and hopefully reducing stress. That's what I find when I'm writing. I can get it out. If I can't speak it, I can at least write it out. And the importance of pausing, breathing, and the importance of silence. And that's why I wanted to introduce you to both this sense of having absolutely no sound while you're writing, and also what it's like to have even the sound of water if that happens. And it's really important to think about doing this on a daily basis, even if it's a few minutes in the morning, a few minutes in the evening. It's really just checking in with ourselves. I believe this is really important self-empathy. So we thank you for coming to get set up. These are other related classes. I've been taking the social hour on meditating for 7 months now with Glenda. There's also, as I mentioned, practicing 10 minutes of presence with Natalie. Look for her class. And if you're interested in actually doing more writing, like recording family history, we do Get Set Up has a class for that. I will be including my other classes, which are community connections about volunteering. I do a class on resumes, interviewing, and then an interview practice. So we will get an email from me with lots of information to follow up from the class. And also this feedback form is real important to Get Set Up, and also to me, to let us know how the class worked for you. Please give us your suggestions. We love to hear from you. So please give us feedback. We definitely pay attention to what you tell us. You can also invite a friend to come to the class, both on your desktop and if you're doing it through your phone. And just as a reminder, Get Set Up, we love to have people host interest groups. So if you have things that you would like to discuss, just send that information to help it get set up, which will also be in the email that's coming to you. And we work with all kinds of organizations. So if you're with an organization that you think would be one that we need to know about, let us know. So thank you all for coming. Sorry, I didn't get to hear from each of you. I appreciate those that did share. And we're doing this next week, and the time is 11:30. So just notice the time shifted for last week. So thank you so much for coming, for participating. I hope this allows you to think about maybe you want to incorporate some mindfulness and some journaling in your life to help you with whatever's going on with you. And I just send you lots of joy and delight for your day and your week. So thanks to see all of you. Nice to see you,
Is
Della.
the time going to
Thank
is the
you.
time going to continue at 11:30? It's going to stay like
I
that?
don't know. I haven't seen the next schedule, but I just found out that next Saturday it's 11:30. So hopefully today I will get to learn what the scheduling is after that. But
He
just
said
Oh,
11:30 Eastern time.
no, excuse me. I apologize. I'm on the West Coast. It's
I know.
11:30 Pacific time. So it's whatever your time zone is. And that's why it's important when you look at the schedule to see what the class time is, because it will show you for your time zone. Okay.
Okay,
okay.
yours is at 11:30. Okay, I
I'm
got you.
11:30 West Coast. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, and you know,
Thank you.
with daylight savings, different time zones are all different. So anyway,
Yeah.
I hope this sparks some interest for all of you, and we'll come back next week and we'll try some different prompts. And if you have suggestions for prompts that you would like to offer to the group, please feel free to offer. And I appreciate the feedback on the sound or not sound, because I'm trying to make it work for everyone. So thank you, all of you, for coming.
It was
Thank you.
wonderful. I knew it would
Yeah,
be.
great class.
Thank you, Earl. I
Bye.
appreciate it. Thanks, Eileen.
Okay, bye. Leave.
Okay, Sebastian, it looks like you're gone. Oops.